Hello and welcome to episode 62 of the Championship Rounds podcast. Really busy week, so we'll get straight into it. Starting off on Sunday, Junto Nakatani stops Nishida, unifies the WBC and IBF bantamweight titles in what was a really fun fight. 3-6 rounds. The first round was just ridiculous, and it sort of calmed down a little bit after then, but man, it was still fun. That first round though was just something else.
Yeah, because I remember I said that I can see them not doing anything for like 3 rounds or 4 rounds.
About that.
I mean, they put like 12
did
rounds.
everything.
They put like 12 rounds of action into in the first half, pretty much. I mean, they went Hagler Hearns in the first round. I mean, it did slow down a bit because, it slowed down a bit after like the third round because Junto decided to not fight on the inside as much. Because, I mean, he did have more success on the inside than I thought. I mean, I guess he's capable of fighting on the inside. He just doesn't. But he does like to hold.
And it's pretty awkward.
Like, he fights too long. Like, his punches are too long for him to fight on the inside. He can, if he needs to, which we've seen. But, I mean, because Nishida's not, like, the best ever inside fighter. I mean, he does like to, his game is on the outside. He can just fight the inside. But yeah, I mean, once the eye went, I mean, the right was just on the wall, pretty much. I think you could have had it even after 4. I didn't, because Nishida, he definitely won round 4.
Seen a bunch of 2-2s.
I won a couple of judges that gave him rounds 3 and 4. I can see it, but Nishida did get hurt with a body shot at the end. So I mean, that swayed it for Junto to me. Yeah, competitive fight. I mean, well, Junto did his thing, pretty much. I mean, he looked like Junto Nakatani, just more reckless, a lot more reckless.
I was say he won, but he didn't really. He kind of didn't look good.
I mean, I think he looked good enough, not great, but
no, I really don't think he looked because he was landing, he was doing the better inside work, but he was kind of getting a lot of his shots blocked. But Nishida just he has really long arms. He was kind of just blocking everything, and yeah, it's Nakatani just tries to recreate the Maloney knockout every fight since then, and it's kind of making his offense look worse and worse.
Nakatani. He's never going to be the most aesthetically pleasing fighter to watch because his rhythm is so off rhythm when he fights, and it's maybe from a OCD perspective, it's not going to be great to watch. But he was just swinging wildly. He wasn't really setting up his offense, at least at the start. I mean, he started doing better later when he settled down a bit, but it was a reckless start.
All the counter opportunities, in a way, would land on Nakatani while he's just spamming those combinations with no defense.
It's like a double-edged sword with Nakatani because he gives you so many opportunities to counter, but it's so dangerous, and you have to be you're going to be in his range as well because he's so big and so long, and he punches hard as well. So, do you want to commit to that counter with a chance of getting chinned because it's not he's never one punched anyone before. He can do it.
I think that was the game plan though. It's you've got somebody in front of you who's not got the best defense, and you need to get into the fight early, and you can't let him get a rhythm. So making it as chaotic as possible in the first 2 rounds and going at him and throwing everything at him, like essentially won him the fight because like even though Nishida won the fourth, like he couldn't get back into the fight. I don't think like his eye was gone, he was hurt, he dislocated his shoulder, like. Making it that rough early on, like Juno probably wins the fight anyway, but like it just took everything out of Nishida, and that's like that he was defensively off a little bit, and he got caught a couple of times, and some of the shots weren't landing. But I just think that's a sort of it's this early on in the fight, and we need to sort of stamp our authority on it, and I think that's sort of what he went for. He did get hurt to the body, admittedly. That's the one shot that hurt Nakatani, if anything. There was a shot I think it was in the first round. Nishida landed a beautiful left hand to the body, and sort of Nakatani. The only time anyone stepped back in the first round was Nakatani after that body shot. But yeah, man, I should have said because I thought about it last week. The eye damage after Rodriguez, and I should have said. But I didn't because it was the same eye, and Nakatani launching the big left hands over onto it. Like I should have said something, but I didn't. But yeah, I think we sort of all landed on that sort of fight. Not well, that sort of result, sort of a mid-round stoppage. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was a great fight, man.
Unfortunate they had to end with a injury.
It was definitely like punches. I do think some like Junto's head, he was leading with his head on the inside of it. I think that had a bit of effect on the eye. I think Nishida's corner said that as well. But I mean, he was definitely getting hit with a clean left hands, and it's not like it's never.
I personally would say it's more of the hit than the punches. He blocked a lot of punches.
I mean, he was leading with his head a lot. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you're really inexperienced on the inside.
Yep.
Like, he doesn't really know how to defend himself on the inside. Just go with the head.
Shucks punches and then just clinches. We said this last.
I mean, he did a lot of good body work himself, actually. Like, possibly overall in the fight, he might have done the better body work. Like, Nishida had some really good body work in like the first 3 rounds, and you thought maybe that's going to pay dividends.
It just looked more erratic when Nakatani was doing it. It's like you could see Nishida, and it seems natural to him because that's what he does. Nakatani doesn't really do that, and it was kind of him just shucking power punches. Like he threw them, he landed some, and they were good, but it seemed a bit like awkward for him, considering he doesn't really ever do it.
But well, he's pretty awkward fighter. I mean, he's a weird rhythm, but like it works once he gets in that weird rhythm.
It's because he's so long. Like, there's a lot of moving parts to him, and like, sort of, he's so long and his stance is so wide, and it's just weird. It works, but like, he's gonna look awkward a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, it is really effective. I mean, it's tough to fight someone who's not like in a typical rhythm, who doesn't fight typically, especially someone like that who does have such great offense, and he punches hard, and he can keep his distance so well. All right, once he got that distance, I think, I mean, he looked a lot better than when he was fighting on the inside.
This fight kind of confirmed to me that we might not get another like 60-40-ish fight with Inoue. To be honest, he might just end his career being the overwhelming favorite like every time.
I think it's. I think Inoue would win. Will win.
I think he would knock Nakatani flat on his face.
I still think it's like pretty close to a pick'em because I know it's not the same. And Junto, I mean, he's just dangerous. And like he does have that punch that, like, because when Inoue gets aggressive and goes for the kill, he does get careless. And Nakatani's got that left hand, and his reactions are so quick. And it will be at 122. He'll be less drained. If he can do more that way.
All that reckless shit that Inoue does is always just in the first like 5 minutes of the fight. And if he can get past that, then he's like, oh, this is easy. It's like he has to like wake himself up or something. Or like get himself to be on an even playing field.
Well, he doesn't want to do that against Junto.
No, that's what I'm saying. This would be his best chance to just not be able to recover. Because he would just get swarmed. Like when Neri dropped him, he avoided almost every single punch Neri threw after that. So it was kind of like Neri's not smart enough to like finish a fight like that. But Nagatani, I feel like would be smarter at doing that.
I think it just whoever fights less stupid.
I think Inoue fights less stupid, considerably less stupid.
I still think that in a way is on the slide, and we don't know what he's going to be like in a year's time, and that's when the fight's going to be. He'd gone for Rat Madliev and then another fight, whether like Super Bantam or at Feather, we don't know yet. I just Gento has a very, very good chance. Like, I don't think he'll go into that fight the same way he went into a Nishida fight. But yeah,
I a new fighter too. I generally think he'd have to be a new type of fighter to be. He can't be this. He can't be this reckless. And
yeah, I agree. But also, in a way, he's going to have to work his way inside. And like Nakatani's a lot longer. In a way, he's going to have to work his way inside. And it's not like in a way doesn't get hit with these looping left hands. Like there's definitely a path for him to win. Like I don't know. I think yeah, it's pretty 50-50. And I think there's been this nagging feeling since this fight was first sort of talked about, probably like seriously talked about, sort of when Junto beat Santiago was when it was first seriously talked about, probably around then. Because there was obviously only the one division difference at that point. I don't know. I sort of think, and I thought then that they might just catch him at the right time, where he's still unbeaten, but he's not what he was. And I just got this feeling that Nakatani's going to beat him. I can just see it, like the left hands there with like these big looping left hands. He's got to work his way in. He's going to be 33. He's going to have been at a world level 12, 13 years by that point. I just think it's I don't know. I think hard ass knocking him down like that is more worrying than Nero. Because in a way the way he went down was bad. Like you could see, like he was probably out for about half a second there. Like his legs went, his arms went, everything went for about half a second. And if Nakatani lands that punch, it's game over. And it is game over if Nakatani lands that punch.
It is, but it's never really disguised anymore. He'll know he's going to throw it every 20 seconds because that's just what he spams all the time now. Since then, he hasn't really gotten anybody with that punch. He's been hurting people with like straight punches and right hooks and stuff. He's not been like shinning people with the overhand left since Maloney. He keeps trying to recreate the knockout. It's not working.
I need to see him.
I just want to see him fight MJ first.
I need to see Junto at 122,
That too.
and then
That's
I can really
the crazy
really
thing, by the
decide.
way. Like, we're talking about Nakatani in his third division here. He might still be like quite badly drained because like there was a side by side, of him at the weigh-in and then him in the ring, and it was like he must have put on loads and loads of weight, man. He looked massive in the ring. Like I still think he's drained. This is the crazy part about the Junto Nakatani story. Like, he'll probably end up at super featherweight, if not lightweight. The way his frame is, like, man, that's the crazy part about it. But yeah, that's the best fight in boxing for me right now. That's the one fight where it's like, I think this fight needs, like, that's the top of my wish list. That's the one fight I want to see. That is the best fight in boxing. I don't care what people say. That is the best fight in boxing.
Yeah, so we get it sooner rather than later. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, he didn't really take loads of punishment. I mean, he took a lot of shots, and Nishida's not like the biggest puncher. I mean, he punches harder than his record suggests, but he's not a big puncher. I mean, he could be out again soonish at 122. 4 months, maybe.
I saw an article saying October or November.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. See how he looks.
It's a
Not
good
like
opponent, please, God.
not like a crazy tough opponent, but someone who's like durable. That will give him a test, at least.
Or Ramon Cardenas.
Yeah. I mean, that could work.
Or it couldn't. It would.
Like, maybe he should let his brain heal a bit more. I mean, he did take a lot of punches from anyway.
Maybe, but who knows?
Like,
The
fighting Inoue
boxers
and
jumping
Junto
over
back to
the
back. Yeah, but fighting Inoue and Junto back to back, that's a bit crazy.
Maybe.
That's dangerous. And, you know, with Nishida, I mean, I don't know what he needs to do. He needs to stop his eye dying, pretty much. And probably move up as well, because he was massive in the ring as well. And drained as hell.
Yeah,
I can't envision him having much success at 122.
I think he'll win a title when Inoue goes. Like, I think he's good enough, and I think he'll start being more of a puncher at 122. I think he can like work his way into a title shot now. Like, just drop back to sort of OPBF domestic level. Like, for a few fights, let the landscape sort of die down a little bit, and then go for a title. Like, he's not old. He's like 27, 28. Like, he can fight for a title when he's 30, 31. Like, you know.
Yeah. The eye is worrying. It's happened twice. The eye is worrying.
That is worrying. But yeah, just take some time out and see where you're at. I think like he's still a good fighter.
I hope he doesn't decide to stay at a bantamweight for whatever reason. That would be stupid.
Yeah, that'd be stupid. But yeah, great fight. Really good performance from Nakatani. And man, that Inoue fight's the fight.
It's probably his best win. Actually,
Definitely his best one.
Yeah.
Like, you'd look at Rodriguez, Maloney, God, Santiago, Acosta,
Nice.
like,
Only took him 10 years.
yeah.
I think it's like the real like first time he's fought someone his size who's actually good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it makes
Really good.
sense with the divisions he was fighting
Could
in. He's always going to be
have some discussions.
20 times. Like, he's always going to be 20 times the size of people with the divisions he was fighting in. He's so big.
Yeah. What a performance. What a performance. What a fight. That first round, I was like, I think I'm dreaming because what the hell is going on? It was just ridiculous. But yeah.
It was probably good that it slowed down, to be honest, because it probably wouldn't have gone past like 3 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, it was ridiculous. We'll move on to this undercard. Sensei Nasukawa just dominated Victor Santillan, won pretty much every round. Can maybe give Santillan one. I don't think he really can, but you know, like that's his best performance. Or probably his most complete performance. Maloney's his best win, but like he's learned a lot from that fight. And man, like Tension's going to win a world title, and I didn't think I'd be saying that when he turned pro. And he's good, and I didn't think I'd be saying that when he turned pro. Like he is like a legitimately good world level fighter.
Yeah, I mean, like he's transitioned really well. Like lots of fighters that you see come from other combat sports. I mean, like you can really tell with a lot of their style that they're fighting. Like, they come from a different combat sport. Only really his footwork, some of the stuff he does with his footwork, you can tell that like boxing is not his first sport. But other than that, I mean, it just looks like a boxer, really, pretty much.
I mean, like he's cutting angles on the inside and throwing uppercuts around the like guard and stuff. Like what? So some of the stuff he was doing is like pretty high level stuff. Like
Yeah, it's like I don't watch kickboxing, so I don't know how he fought as a kickboxer. So I don't know if he was like doing that stuff or if he can do that stuff. I don't know. I don't watch kickboxing. Yeah, I mean, it was a good performance. I guess, people will just say if he could punch harder, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you don't need to punch to be good in boxing. It's fine. I think he punches hard enough, I'd say. And he's really fast.
Speed's gonna kill anyway.
Yeah, speed kills. Like, if you don't see a punch coming, it doesn't really matter if they hit hard or not. It's going to have an effect. Like, insane reactions as well.
He might not ever chin anybody, but he's dropped people. He's make people quit in the corners and stuff.
Yeah, it's like he's just dominating them. Like, if you can't stop them, dominate them. And that's what he did.
yeah. And with 2 belts going vacant, he's number one with the WBC, I should say. And there's a certain someone fighting this week. He's probably going to fight him for the title.
Yeah, Estrada
against Tenshin Nasukawa is just weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Tell me 2 years ago that Tenshin's going to fight Estrada in 2025 or 2026. I'd say you're crazy.
And probably
I
beat
mean,
him as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's still, like, that's not an easy fight either because Estrada's still got the skills.
I mean, he just dropped Bam.
Yeah.
He's still there. Like,
yeah, and it's not like he just lost to anyone in this last fight. No, he lost to to ban, dropped him, and I mean, he did as best as he could in that fight. But you'll just see what he looks like.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not ruling Estrada out. Is all I'll say.
I wouldn't rule him out, but like size and speed, like tension's going to be so much bigger, and he's going to be so much quicker. And yeah, I just think a competitive decision for tension probably. That's how I see it. But like we have to see, how there's a lot of moving parts. We have to, even if the fight happens, sort of thing, we don't know. But yeah. Well, one more thing. The IBF title looks like Takuma Inoue is getting the shot against Jose Salas Reyes. So yeah, sometimes when you sit out, you do win. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you to the IBF. Takuma Inoue, 2-time champion. There you go.
Great, brother.
Yeah. Also at bantamweight on this card, although it won't be for much longer. Tsusaboya beat what's he called? Tran to win the WBO Asia Pacific title. Won every round. I was saying when I was watching it, like he looks like a pretty good amateur, and that's what he bots like
Yeah,
a top level international amateur, and that's exactly what he bots like.
Saying it to me.
Yeah,
like it's a good win because it's second fight. I wasn't really that impressed, to be honest, with what I saw. But, I mean, I wasn't impressed like sporadically when he actually stopped bouncing up and down. For once, I mean, he looked a lot better when he stopped bouncing up and down. I mean, maybe it just reminds me of the shit yogas too much, but I just hated it so much. I just sit down. Like, you don't need to do that all the time. Like, there's not a mini trampoline under you. Stop bouncing. It's just unnecessary. And he wasn't even getting into a good rhythm with it as well. He was throwing out awkward times. It looked off, and he wasn't really putting too much power into his punches. Let's see. I'm not going to rule him out now, but I wasn't really a fan of what I saw. It's only a second fight. If I judged tension after a second fight, I'd look like an idiot now.
Shit out the start. You should compare them now.
yeah. They're looking at
Looking at
Go on.
who? Well, yeah, they move down for a start. I mean, he's not a bantamweight. Like, you could see he wasn't a bantamweight. Like, I don't know, just move down, and then we'll see. I gotta see him a super flyweight.
Yeah, like he won gold in Serbia at flyweight, and it's sort of when you get these amateurs that go on into their mid-20s like he did, you don't usually see them like as pros going up in weight. It's weird. Like obviously with the amateurs weighing in so much and keeping on the weight, like they can usually go down a few pounds with day before weigh-ins and stuff, all that stuff. But yeah, it's weird that he's at bantamweight. I don't think he is a bantamweight, and he isn't. He said he's moving down. They're looking at the Garcia fight for the IBF title, and like, I just think he beats him. Like, and yeah, like I don't think he's a world level fighter, but Garcia isn't either, and I think he'd just be too active. Footwork too good. Like he just outbox him, doing like a good amateur would in that fight, and it would just be over 12 rounds. And he'd win a decision. And yeah, because just Garcia isn't world level, pretty much. And yeah, like at least they're fast tracking him. Like he's 29. We see a lot of these amateur fighters that turn pro with a load of hype. and fight absolute garbage like you, Mr. Richardson, at 28 years old. But like at least he's actually going for it, whether you think he's good enough or not. Like he's going full pelt at this, and yeah, it's good. We should see more of that type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, he should beat Garcia. Garcia is not very good, just at all, is he? I mean, he really is pretty terrible. I don't know how they've let this happen. Him get a world title. Fucking IBF.
Because it is the IBF. I'm gonna.
It's if he was to fast track to a belt in his third fight, I guess the IBF is the best one to get because you can just fight terrible mandatory after terrible mandatory because he's not ready to be fighting the top guys.
But in fairness to the IBF here, RG Cortez against Andrew Maloney is the final eliminator. That to me is fine as an eliminator.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But
yeah. That means he'll have to fight one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or not,
that's not
just
good.
vacate it straight away and move up.
Yeah, maybe that's like the best thing to do. I win the world title, vacate it, then go back down to like, I don't know, some type of level and actually improve as a pro.
Maybe he beats Andrew Maloney or Cortez though. Like,
I don't think so.
Maybe I don't. Depends what version of them turn up.
Yeah, I guess.
Maloney will be 35 by the time that fight happens, and Cortez is still a bit old. Like, I don't know. Let's see, because like a lot of these Japanese fighters, their rate of improvement is a lot better than a lot of other fighters, and I think maybe he'll be in that bracket, but who knows? Let's just see how it plays out. But yeah, he's got improvement to do, definitely.
They got to stick some magnets on his feet to keep him on the ground. That would be great.
Yeah. Final fight on this card, Rico Masuda just blasted up Banquez in a round. Like, he can really, really punch, and like with the sort of landscape at bantamweight opening up, he'll be in the mix for a title soon with someone somewhere. Like, he's a good fighter and he's got a good gym behind him. Prime Video seems to really like him. Yeah, he can punch, man.
Yeah, he looks good.
Punch.
And he can punch. He doesn't bounce up and down all the time.
I mean, the opponent wasn't much. Like, pretty much loses to everyone who's any good that he fights, but to just blast him out in a round like that was pretty impressive. So yeah, he'll be there. Like, if you watched the Tsutsumi fight, he lost that fight by probably 2 points. Like, lost 6-4, and that was his 4th pro fight. Like, he's good, man. He's good. But yeah, we'll move on. Saturday night in Ipswich. What the hell happened? What happened there?
Fabio Wardley happened. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pulled a right hand out of his arse after getting him bad. Pretty much, yeah, basically.
I mean, we're all sort of right. We said he'd get outboxed and then stop him, but Jesus Christ, not like that.
Yeah, and he didn't just get outboxed, he got beat up.
That
was bad.
A couple times.
Yeah, he definitely felt those punches from Huni. I mean, it's just he kept like leaning down and into the punches. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible. That's worrying.
It's Ben Davison.
Yeah, you can't turn Fabio Wardley into a boxer. You just can't do it. Not what he's gonna do.
He has to fight stupid.
The only good thing that I saw in that fight from Fabio Wardley, other than the knockout, was his jab to the body, which was good, but it lasted about 2 rounds. And then he got beat up.
You could tell his corners just tell him the box, and he just shouldn't have done that. I guess it worked anyway. But
I've got a theory here with this, by the way.
You always have a theory.
Wardley being so bad led to him winning.
that's what I was saying. It worked anyway.
Because
Him being shit.
yeah, no, but like Huni tired out, like in like the 8th or 9th round, like you hear his corner screaming like, "Oh yeah, Wardley's more tired than you are. You're still in this fight and all this." Like, and he's beating Wardley up, and it's like, well, hold on a minute. Has he just punched himself out by beating Wardley up? And Wardley's just got a good chin, and one thing he can do well, he can ride a shot well. In fairness, he doesn't eat loads clean. But yeah, then Honey gets tired and sort of plods into range and just gets timed. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, it was
And
like
yeah,
the one time he held his feet and like traded
Gotcha.
and just looked for one big shot, he got the chin. Like, yeah, sure, count was a bit fast, but I mean, like he was finished.
I hated Fabio going on Twitter and like getting a stopwatch in the corner of the video. I'm like, no one realizes that it's not 10 seconds. Not even the box.
Yeah.
It was a 10 count.
Even though the count was fast, it didn't. He would even if he was allowed to continue, he would have got chins right after that.
Look at the footage after the fight stopped. By the way, the ref literally has to catch him
I mean, he didn't complain after,
because he was gone.
but then he complained like after. Was like, "Oh, we're gonna file a complaint." I was like, "Well, you were fine."
I don't think he's that stupid.
It's his manager. It's his management, and they're doing it so they get a WBA eliminator or some sort of high ranking in the WBA, and that's it. Like,
It's like, look, you fought a good fight and you got chin. It's fine.
happens.
Like, you can get another fight off that. Like, because Fabio Wardley is top 10 ranked heavyweight, and he was beating him up and just happened to get chin. I mean, it's heavyweight boxing. It happens.
Yeah.
Especially against a big puncher like Fabio Wardley.
Especially when you have no chin yourself. Which is the fundamental issue with Huni. His punch resistance just isn't there. That's the fundamental issue. He hasn't got the best gas tank in the world, and his punch resistance isn't very good, and that's going to cause him problems at the top level.
I mean, it's fine. Like, he'll get to a certain level. Won't get further than that.
Yeah. And it's
But, like,
heavyweight, so he can make the money.
Yeah, it's like, what he can do, I mean, like, he's good, fast hands, good combination puncher, he's good footwork, he got good angles. You know, I mean, he does a lot of good stuff at heavyweight that heavyweights can't really do, which is impressive. He just, you know, I guess can't. Well, not that he can't take the best punch, but I mean, getting like nearly dying to Kevin Lorena isn't the greatest.
It's like he doesn't have a heavyweight chin. It's like his chin is like divisions below that.
Yeah, maybe coming in heavy. I mean, it looked like it was genius for a bit. I don't know. Maybe it was genius. Who knows?
It's 2 rounds away from it being genius.
Like, you know, you get why he would come in heavy, like take punches better against a big puncher. Maybe he wanted to be able to his punches feel a bit heavier. I mean, being heavy is not going to make you a bigger puncher, but being heavy will make your punches feel heavier. But maybe that was what slowed him down.
Maybe he couldn't get the weight off, but he took it late.
Maybe.
And maybe that was it. Like 3 or 4 more weeks and a 5 pounds come off. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well, either way, I mean, he fought a great fight other than the mistake he made to get chinned. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like wasn't like good for Huni performance. It was just a good performance overall. That's like the best he's ever looked by far.
Yeah. I literally tweeted at the start of the 10th round, like, this is a career best performance. He goes and gets chin. It's like, well, there you go. But yeah, he looked good. He looked a lot better than I thought he'd look. He looked a lot better than I thought he was. But you just can't do anything. Like it's heavyweight. Like yeah,
Yeah,
like all these sayings have been done to death. It's heavyweight boxing.
that's what he was looking for, and he got it. That's the saying. Well, I guess it's a Deontay Wilder saying, but you know, they have to be perfect for 12 rounds. He just has to be perfect for 1 second. I mean, he's not. He doesn't punch like Deontay Wilder, nor have the athleticism or the speed, but you know, he punches pretty hard. Yeah, man, he's always gonna have a chance. Like everyone's gonna be more skilled than him. Probably most people are gonna be ahead of him unless he chins him before that, like he did Fraser Clark. But you know, he just needs one punch. That's why people love heavyweight.
Undisputed on the way. Undisputed on the
This is
way.
the thing. He is going to be maneuvered, and he is going to get upgraded from an interim champion to a regular champion, and then to a full champion. And Dan, you're not going to like it, but it's going to happen. And Fabio
He
Wardley,
will be there. He's gonna be there.
Yeah,
Fabio
I hear
Wardley
you.
is world heavyweight champion.
Bloody hell. I hear
You said you love it?
you.
That's
I
great.
bloody hate you.
Fabio Wardley is going to be the light heavyweight champion after getting his nose shattered by Nathan Gorman a couple of years ago.
Nathan Gorman.
Your favorite.
You love him. Well, I don't, but someone loves him somewhere.
Well, I mean, I didn't mind him. Then I picked him to beat Dubois and he got bad.
So did I. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Yeah. This undercard, I'm not gonna lie, it was terrible. Pierce O'Leary stunk it out against Liam Dillon in a fight he should have looked a lot better in to win the European title. Yeah, it's just a frustrating fight to watch. I honestly I had both cards on and I just watched about 3 rounds of this and watched the Sky card. Because yeah, that was just terrible. It was like a sparring session and just where they're both going through the motions. One's trying not to get stopped, the other's just working out a bit, and it was just boring. O'Leary needs to be in big fights. Like just get him into a fight that means something. Like not a super featherweight who's over the hill. Lewis Richardson, I said it when he was an amateur before the Olympics, before all these people were hyping him up in Britain, because we only hype up people when it's fashionable here. He's not going to be a good pro. He won't be a good pro. His hands go way too low. He can't punch. He jumps in. He's got no real. He's not very good. He can't punch. Like he's just not very good. He won't be a good pro. I think he's going to be in the Fraser Clark sort of territory of getting chinned at sort of British level, because I just don't think he's very good. Terrible opponent, like we said with the matchmaking. Why is a so-called elite amateur who's medaled at all these tournaments fighting an 8-20 guy when he's 28 years of age? Why is that fight even on TV in the first place? Like, the matchmaking in this country needs to be so much better. Like, what was the point? What was the point? Yeah. What else happened? Mike Perez battered Stephen Ward.
It's kind of funny.
Not much to say about that, really. and Nelson Heiser. Well, Patrick Corte did Patrick Corte things, and he just quit. Like Patrick Corte always does, he gets stopped in like the first 2 rounds. So yeah, pretty. It was a dramatic main event, but the rest of the card just wasn't it, to be honest.
Yeah, at least we didn't have to watch Dylan White.
Yeah, I'd have fun watching him in August, I think. Yeah. We'll move on to Sunday, Australia. How the hell was Squayo, or however you say it? I don't even know his name. How the hell was he ranked? What the hell's going on? What the hell was that fight?
I wish I went through like the last maybe like the 2020s like title defenses to see where this ranks for worst title defense opponent.
It might be up there.
It has to be up there.
Look,
what generally is the point for that?
Well, I mean,
It's just filler.
He's not even really a cruiserweight either.
Yeah, he weighed in at
190.
190.
Yeah.
He thought this was 1990s cruiserweight.
190, put on like 5 pounds.
Look,
he ate a big meal.
The only good thing about this fight, the IBF weigh-in, yeah, Opataya weighs in at 213, which is like 1 pound under the cruiserweight limit because it's 14 pounds at cruiserweight, I believe. And the Italian, because whatever he's called, weighed in at 195 pounds. So Opataya is probably like 25 or 30 pounds bigger than him in the ring. Squayo's tiny. He's 5'10", 5'9", something like that. And he was just terrible. He had no balance. He looked like a white collar fighter. If you told me that someone with his balance and the way he throws punches had like been boxing for about 6 months, I believe you. He just looked terrible. He had no balance, no feet. He couldn't throw punches properly.
Opataya still didn't look that good.
Yeah, he Opataya looked disinterested, like he couldn't be bothered, like he knew the fight was a joke, and he just wanted it to be over. And he looked bad, but who can blame him, man? He was in with that. He was in with that. Like
he made Jordan Thompson look like a good opponent. To be
honest, Jordan Thompson, he had something to prove because it was like his first offense. Ellis Soro just can't take a punch. And it was on quote unquote big Saudi card. Now he's like an established champion and he's not like, just what's the point? What's the point in this fight?
Like, look, like a lot of fighters, they're not gonna go out of first gear if they don't have to. Like, he knew he was just gonna stop him eventually. I mean, he did look like a bit of a drain file. So I guess what helps him in the Zerto unification is he won't have to do the next day weigh-in. Like, that's good for him. But I mean, I got Zerto beating him. Like, not based on this fight because I mean that means nothing. But I was favoring Zerto anyway.
Basically on his whole career.
Like, cause Zerto's, well, I mean, he's basically just a smaller fighter who has the size at cruiserweight, and he's not drained either. It's like a perfect weight for him.
Still, somebody has the chin.
Yeah, he's still got his crazy Mexican chin. I mean, he hits hard enough, and he's so fast. Like, so is Opataya, and he can punch Opataya, but I think he just needs to move up soon. Which is a problem. No, it's a problem because he's not a big cruiserweight himself, I don't think. Like, he's going to be tiny at heavyweight.
It is.
Look, man.
The greatest either.
If Jai Opataya can't get Zerto out, If Opataya can't get him out inside the first 6, I think he loses because he just falls off second half, and Zerdo gets strong second half, and I think that fight gets really, really bad for him.
You know, I
How
think
later it goes.
Wide decision.
it's like the footwork. It's going to be really tough for Opataya to deal with, and then if he's going to fade the second half like he always does, as well. I mean, I don't know what his latest knockout is, but I can't imagine it's that late.
Regardless, Zerda decision. Pretty comfortable prediction.
Like, I don't think it's going to be like a whitewash.
Yeah, I feel
Like Opataya's going to have a lot of good moments. I mean, he's going to land his fair share. Like, it's not going to be like how he battered Chris Smith. Nowhere near. Like, it's going to be reasonably competitive. Then it's probably going to be like reasonably competitive for like 8 rounds. Then Zerda's probably just going to take over and win the last 4 rounds. Win a clearish decision. Yeah, and I mean, what even was on the undercard of this fight? I can't
I
remember.
don't know because I'm not a Matchroom Twitter account, so
Like,
I
I
was
watched the
watching.
card. I watched them both. Like, the Mahoney fight got cancelled. Oh yeah, Tyler. They had Connor Wallace was the co-main event.
Is that an 8-rounder?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Somehow, I don't know. Tyler
Australian
Blizzard. I mean, Tyler Blizzard looked good against Rocky Ogden. Like, thought he might have stopped him.
Man.
I thought he might have stopped him, but he didn't.
It's Rocky Ogden.
McIntyre and Warren. Like, it was a competitive fight until it wasn't, and McIntyre stopped him. That was about it. That was all I watched.
Look, man, look. The Australian boxing really isn't very good, especially when it's all pay-per-view, and especially outside of No Limit shows, it's just not worth watching. I'm sorry. Like it's just not like. And most of these fighters won't do anything, and it's just poor. Like, what was the point in this card? How much, like, it's just terrible. Like, what? Oh, yeah. I'm just bitter over the main event, really. But Jesus, that main event. Try up a tires matchmaking, man. We said this last week, and I don't want to do it again. But Jesus Christ, it's bad. But we'll move on. We'll move on. To Saturday night in Barnsley. We sort of said Callum Simpson's not very good, and he's relying on size and strength and power, and that sort of showed. Gets dropped twice, and then just grits it out, runs forward, and outworks Zuko and stops him later. And that's about the story of the fight, really. Yeah, he had no real footwork. He kept eating shots. He's not good technically at all, but he's big and he's strong, and at European level, that's usually enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what he was doing. Like, he was trading. Yeah, like, he kept trading with Zuko, and he just kept getting beat to the punch, and he just still carried on doing it, and that's what got him dropped twice. He's not very good. Like, he's getting chin. Well, I mean, he might not be getting chin because he won't fight anyone good. But if he does, he's getting chin.
One punch.
As long as he's not twice the size of him. And even then.
Even then, he's going to be drained. He'll be drained soon.
He's
Surprised he isn't
probably
more.
drained already.
Yeah.
Like he's just not gonna want to move up to light heavyweight because, well, he'll get battered pretty much. He'll get battered by any competent fighter, even a half competent fighter, a quarter just the journeyman. He'll get battered by. Okay, that might be too far, but you never know.
There's an argument, by the way, that neither of these two were in the top 2 super middleweights on this card. And there is an argument for that. Yeah, Simpson's just
True.
like
True. Yeah, that is true. Like Sean Hemphill will beat Callum Simpson.
Yeah. In the UK, we've relied so much on training our fighters to be able to make a weight, to be really big, really strong, really well conditioned and tough. And I think the boxing world has sort of moved past that, because now everyone's big, strong, tough. Everyone can make weight. Everyone can grit it out, and like it's leaving us with people like this. And
Are you
like
telling me,
you're gonna have to train to.
Carl?
He's just not very good.
Are you telling me
And
Carl Froch would be a bum today?
No, like Carl Froch, Callum Simpson with international amateurs. Carl Froch was the epitome of that, but he was actually good. Like, but look throughout British boxing right now. Conor Walker, Echo Esserman, like even Josh Taylor. Like Josh Taylor, that was like a big part of his game, being big, strong, tough, high intensity. Like a lot of these guys, Joe Joyce, big, strong, tough, like good chin, throws lots. And like at the top level, you need more. And yeah, that's why Nick Bull, even strong, tough, throws loads, high intensity. Like all of these guys, all of them are the same. Like and there's something wrong with the production of talent in this country, and nobody's going to say anything because we're all happy just ticking along and taking Saudi money and all this. Like, but at the end of the day, all these fighters are going to get done, and they're never going to be elite fighters. They're never going to be elite fighters at the top of the sport because they haven't got the craft. Because we don't teach it here. But yeah. And if you couldn't see that with Simpson before that Zuko fight, by the way, you just don't have an eye. I'm sorry. Simpson's always been like that. Like I get he's been blasting out people like Steed Woodall and all these types and Celso Neves and whatever, but like nah, he's not. He's always been this fighter. He didn't just have a poor performance. He's always been this fighter. But yeah, chief support, like we said, this another case. We say it every week. You can't script boxing because that Mark Jeffers Callum Simpson fight would have been a big domestic fight, but because Shannon's an idiot, and he's an idiot, hi Ben. He didn't make the fight. He didn't make the fight. And he's put him in with Sean Hemphill, who's a average sort of American kid who's not brilliant, not anything great. He's just okay. And Jeffers thought he could just take his head off, and he couldn't, and he got dragged into a war that Hemphill was quicker to the punch in, looser, had better head movement, and just beat him sort of 7-3, 6-4. Those were sort of the right cards, and they were the right cards. It was the right winner, and now that Simpson fight's gone basically.
I mean, they can still make it.
Yeah, it's not the same sort of They could have made that fight in that stadium. They would have done a hell of a lot more tickets. Nobody really cares about the European title. The British and Commonwealth titles are fine for that fight. Two unbeaten kids, both from the north. Yorkshire, Lancashire rivalry thing. And that's a big domestic fight. Now Simpson's been dropped multiple times, and you think, oh, is he any good? And now Jefferson's been beat. And now it's not as big a fight. Just make the fights. It's not difficult. It's been right there for about 18 months. It's been right in front of them, and they didn't make it because they want to marinate it and they want to move them in different directions and meet further down the line. And they've always got something bubbling, and they're going to do it then and tune ups, all this rubbish. And now look what look, you ain't got a TV deal, so you can't even put it on in the first place. Yeah, and they both had like stop dropping performances, so it's not as big a fight. Stupid idiots, man. No wonder Sky ain't renewing a deal. Jesus.
Big fan.
Anyway, hope you're well, Ben. We know you're listening, and I know you were stalking my Twitter on Saturday night, liking all my tweets, and I appreciate that. We wish him well, Ben. But yeah, should we talk about that Sky deal is disastrous because we're not going to have regular boxing on the biggest sports channel in the UK. You know, like, this is disastrous.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could tell it was dying because they stopped showing the top rank cards or the ESPN Plus international cards. Like, they would have shown the Nishida card on Sky, but they didn't. I don't think they showed the Abdullah Mason card, and I haven't seen it. When I do the schedule, I usually check to see if they're showing it, and they usually are, but they wasn't. They haven't for like a couple of weeks, I don't think.
It's just embarrassing. It's sad, man, because like Sky has been the biggest platform in this country for years and years and years in terms of boxing. Boxing needs Sky.
Yeah, and
But
when we
Sky
say years,
Sport,
like 20 years maybe.
30, 40 years.
Like
30 or 40 years. Eubank was on Sky in the 90s.
Yeah, and the ITV had a bit of a good go in the 90s. They were a bit competitive with Sky,
Yeah.
but it's always been Sky, really.
Yeah. Ever since they got in, it's been them. They're like Sky Sports made people like Dillian White pay-per-view stars. They made people like Anthony Crolla headline acts at the O2 or Manchester Arena. They made all these guys big names. And you've given some idiot that's been in boxing about 5 minutes a multi-year TV deal. You've let all your main events go to Saudi. All your undercard fighters go to Saudi. And now what you got left? What have you got left? Sky have looked at it and thought, what the hell is Shannon serving up? We had Golovkin, we had all these guys. We had Lomachenko headlining cards in this country. We had Klitschko headlining cards in this country. Jorge Linares. We had all these guys. Now we've got Ivan Zuko and a shot to pieces Sergei Lipinets. And that what like is that what we're doing now?
Yes.
You got one show every 2 months, and it's Ben Whittaker against Liam Cameron, maybe, and then it's just depressing how it's gone. It's just depressing how it's gone, man. And boxing needs Sky, and I hope to God this sort of picking cards that they're doing. I hope they keep doing that, and I hope they give someone like Steve Goodwin a chance, because like putting on solid nights of title fights at York Hall that are very cheap to put on. Just give them a platform, because at least they're good fights. At least they're watchable. At least they're competitive. Like, That would honestly be better than some of the crap that Shannon's put on.
Uh,
Man,
uh,
it's just sad. But anyway,
I can't remember where I heard it, but I mean, it's a possibility he might be going to TNT.
God help them.
I get it. I mean, they don't care about boxing. They just want to put something on. They make enough money from like Champions
Football.
League and UFC and all the Premier League games they get. The Serial as well. Like, it doesn't matter what they put on. They don't care. They just want to have it, I guess. Now that Frank's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. It's just depressing. But yeah. Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on to this idiot on Saturday or Friday, actually. Keyshawn Davis. Oh, God. He's just a moron, isn't he? He's just an idiot.
Yeah. One word you could use. Like, there's other words you could use, but not great. What is he doing? Like, he had such a good profile on Thursday, and his just died as a PR disaster. Like, fair enough. Like, sure, like you missed weight, cool. Like that could maybe be forgiven, but no, that shit with yeah, the hit Albright. That's just insane. Like, what are you doing?
Let's just go through it. Let's go through it. Friday misses weight by 5 pounds. Was laughing as he gets on the scale. Is heard saying that he doesn't care and he's not that bothered. Tells media that he knew he was going to miss the weight weeks ago and he just decided not to do it. And it's just business and I couldn't make the weight. I've outgrown it. So starts laughing at everyone. Acts like it's not a big deal. Fight gets pulled. I think they said 2,000, 2,500 tickets, something around that range, got refunded. All these people from Norfolk, these celebrities, the mayor was there, all these people in his hometown, he's nuked the show. He's destroyed the show for everyone. He's the hometown hero defending his world title. Like I believe it's the first time a world title fight's happened there since Pinnell. I don't know, but I think I heard that. Regardless, it's just a nightmare. And so the people in Norfolk aren't going to come out for him anymore because he's unreliable and he doesn't even care that he's messed up the fight night. 2, ESPN are going to hate him because he's just nuked their show and he does good ratings. 3, the WBO are going to hate him because just doesn't care about the belt. 4, his promoter's going to hate him because he's lost him hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of ticket money and mute negotiations with any new TV partners because it's a star that's unreliable. Yeah. Then he turns up in the arena dancing around, laughing during his brother's ring walk. Read the room. You've ruined the show. Don't act like that. Then he starts eating all this popcorn ringside. Oh yeah, I don't care about my weight. I'm just going to eat and I'm going to stuff my face ringside. Yeah, dancing around. Saying Edwin De Los Santos is ducking him and all this and he's scared and all this. No, you're the reason this fight's not happening. Not him. It's your fault. The fault lies solely on you. And then his brother gets beat the hell up by Nahir Albright, who's a club fighter. And he goes and attacks him after. Idiot. And to top it all off, he attacks him whilst carrying his child. Or his child's there or something. His infant son is in the mix of this brawl that he started. He's an idiot. He is a moron, man. What's he doing? Oh, but I'm the businessman and I make good decisions and all this. You're an idiot. You're a really good fighter, but you are an idiot and you're unlikable. And all of this crap is just gonna turn people off you, and it's just awful. Just like why? Why do it? Idiot, man.
Get him out the sport. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he was just like a good fighter there. Before this week is all. The worst thing I guess he'd done was smoke a bit of weed, and that's not even bad at all. And now, well, everyone just hates him. I mean, he didn't even just attack Albright once. I mean, apparently it was twice.
But I'm sad because you couldn't like get anything. You could have been like, oh man, at least Keon's still good. Keon was right in there with it. So all three of them are jackasses. So
Like, you can't. Like, attacking someone, like, you go to his dressing room to do it. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
oh yeah, he's 100%.
It's on camera as well.
He's getting suspended.
Like, something.
He should get suspended.
No,
I'm sorry.
There's no way he doesn't.
I'm sorry, yeah. You are a licensed professional boxer. You cannot go around backstage attacking people who have just been in a 10-rounder. Yeah, who are doing medicals or doing drug tests or anything. You can't do that. I'm sorry. We can't have that in the sport. Like, that's disgraceful. We can't. It's one thing, being an idiot at a press conference with somebody and having a push and pull. You're attacking somebody who you're not even involved with. You're not even fighting. You're not gonna fight because you already fought him years ago, and you're attacking him whilst he's doing a medical or a drug test or recovering after a fight or doing whatever, getting medical attention because he got swelling, and then you're causing like hematomas on him. You're an idiot. He's lucky he doesn't get charged with assault. To be honest, he'd be lucky if he just gets a suspension. Because Jesus, that's an assault. I'm sorry.
I think he might, because on camera. Like, if Albright presses charges, it's over.
Really, yeah, it's done.
It's on camera.
It's done.
Like, there's evidence right there of him doing it.
I think he should.
And he runs into the dressing room. He's in a place where he doesn't belong. He goes into someone else's dressing room to do it. It's not like Albright's coming in and like, oh, I beat you, ha ha ha. He's in his own dressing room. And you're going and attack it. What? You are an idiot. You're so good. You're so talented. But it's like you just don't care. And we've seen this story a million times in boxing before. The really talented kids that are really good, and they just throw it all away. And I really hope he doesn't go down that road. We saw it once with the weed thing. He's like, I'm a changed man now, and I'm going to do all this, and da 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 da. And yeah, for a few fights, he did look like he was better, and he changed. And now it's like, are you changed, or are you just an idiot naturally?
Well, now it got worse.
The weed wasn't even a problem.
Maybe you should start smoking again.
Maybe it chills him out.
Jesus
Gee, it's so annoying, and like, we're burying him here because he's actually good. He's really good, and like, yeah.
We are burying him. Fuck Keyshawn.
I honestly couldn't care less for him now. I don't really care about even seeing him fight. Like there's fighters that have done like bad things and you watch them anyway, but this is just weird. This is very weird.
Yeah. Annie was talking all that shit at Abdullah as well in the press conference.
He wasn't going to make the weight.
Abdullah's risen his stock because he just is just a chill. How old is Mason?
21, 20.
Look how much more mature he acted.
He's like, because he was like talking, I didn't really watch it, but something about they're gonna fight and stuff. And then like he knows he's not gonna make weight, and he knows he's not gonna fight at that weight anymore.
Yeah. But well, we'll move on to Mason because I don't want to talk about Keyshawn anymore. We did say last week that he was going to fight for the vacant WBO at some point this year. We didn't quite think it would be like this, but yeah, he did pretty much what everyone expected him to do for Nakatani. Just comprehensively outboxed and beat him up. One via a doctor stoppage, whatever, man. It was a layup type fight for him. Yeah, it's looking like him against Sam Noakes for the vacant WBO. And I think Sam Noakes is going to plod forward. He's going to be one pace.
He's going to batter Sam Noakes.
Yeah, it's the perfect style. Sam Noakes isn't very quick. He's not got quick hands. He's very predictable in what he's going to throw. He's a decent fighter, and he's done well in his career. But there's levels, man. And Abdullah's going to be on the back foot, and he's just going to ping him uppercut city, hooks around the guard, and it's just going to go badly wrong for Sam Noakes.
Like, tie one of Abdullah Mason's hands behind his back, and it will still batter Sam Noakes. Yeah, that's going to be one-sided. Like, I know he's like young and still a prospect, kind of. But if he has a competitive fight with Sam Noakes, I'm going to be judging him very badly. Sam Noakes is not world level.
Yep. And that's about it. Like, Muratai's been upgraded, so maybe that's the fight they make. But we'll get on to him in a minute because he might have to fight somewhere else before that. But yeah, that top rank undercard was a top rank undercard. All the prospects won pretty easily. Keon Davis looks good, but he might be an idiot as well. So who knows?
Well, Troy Isley didn't win easily. He might have lost.
Tiger Johnson didn't win.
Troy
He
Isley.
looked like shit.
He looked terrible. They need a rematch.
Yeah. Troy Isley. He's just not that good, is he?
Like, he can look good, but generally, he's not going to do a lot. Which makes it even worse because he's in a terrible division. Looking not great in a terrible division. That's bad.
Yeah. In fairness, the kid he was in with did beat Jorge Perez, but like, yeah, he should be looking a lot better than that, to be honest.
You see that his opponent had a 78-inch reach as a middleweight.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's a heavyweight reach. Fair enough.
Yeah. There's a Pro Box card as well. A few good knockouts on that. That Wildron Mindoro kid at middleweight he's just ridiculously. He's a ridiculously big puncher. Just a huge puncher. Just icing everyone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else really happened this week. I might have missed something. I forgot. Josh Kelly.
Yeah, forgettable.
Why? What's the point in your career?
I don't think you could put a Wasserman card and a boxer card together and make it good. They could morph all their main events and stack up on each other, and the card would still be disgusting.
They play Wasserman cards and boxer cards back to back in Guantanamo. What? Like, oh God, Wasserman boxing. Just finish, man. What's the point? You're putting that on. What's the point?
Yeah, if Shalom doesn't get a TV deal with like TNT, that's the only boxing that's going to be on English television.
Yep. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it?
Y'all are finished.
Yep. But we'll move on to the news. I think we'll do the news first and then fights next week. The news. Nick Paul against Sam Goodman in Saudi. Why?
He's a,
Why are we
he's,
fighting
he's a,
super
he's a
bantamweights?
freak. He's a freak, man.
I don't know.
He's a freak. Get him off my screen.
Well, he should fight featherweight. And two, Sam Goodman should not be getting a title shot. He shouldn't be getting a title shot. Period. Let alone in the division above. For the stuff that he did.
How do they
With
keep
Inoue.
making this happen? Him
Well,
being able to fight all these non-fighters in his division off of losses or off of fights not even in the division. I don't get it.
a little bit of money handed over, a favor here and there. Sanctioning bodies love money, pretty much.
Rios Doheny Goodman. What are we doing?
Or they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight a unification this time or that time. If you let us do this and that.
And he's still fighting Sobranos before that. He fought Amadi in Dog Bay. And I guess Dog Bay had moved up at that point. But get him off my screen.
Yeah, and he's not gonna look good. Probably gonna go life and death because he always does.
His nose is gonna be crushed. He's gonna be cut.
It's hilarious if he loses.
You won't lose. I'll tell you how this fight's going to go. Goodman's going to outbox him for 2-3 rounds. Then Bull will get frustrated. He'll start kicking him. He'll start headbutting him. Elbowing him. Goodman's going to cut up. And Goodman will quit. About the 9th round. Like every netball fight.
No, he's gonna get cut. The referee's gonna stop it, and it's gonna be a TKO for Nick Ball, even though the replays will clearly show that the cut was caused by a head clash.
Yep. You know, there's one interesting part to this fight.
On the card.
No, to this fight, there's a little interesting backstory. So the person that caused the cuts to Goodman and sparring that stopped the Inoue fight, both cuts, was Brad Strand, who has been at that gym with Nick Ball for about 15 years. So that's a little bit of an interesting backstory. I guess they know how Goodman's going to fight. Brad Strand and Nick Ball, completely different fighters, but you know they've got a little bit of scouting, I guess.
Well, maybe that's why they're like, oh yeah, we kind of fucked your chances with Inoue. Nick Ball, we'll give you a shot with Nick Ball.
Yeah, it's Goodman did it himself, if we're being honest. But, yeah. The main event for this show is really weird. It's Atama against Dillian White. I like the fight in terms of a profile builder for Atama. Like Dillian White, for his fault, it's just still a name. And trust me, I'm no Dillian White fan, but I can recognize the name value. But it might be a step down from Mike Balogun at this point. Like if Atama goes more than 2 rounds with Dillian White here, there's a problem. I'm fully expecting like a round 2 or round 1 knockout. But yeah, he really should just chin Dillian White early. Dillian White is shot to pieces, like so badly. But the best fight on this show by far, Kakachi against Ray Ford. That's a brilliant fight. That is one of the best fights in the division, and arguably the winner is the best fighter in the division. If Kakachi wins that fight, he's arguably the best fighter at 130. That's a great fight.
Very weird statement to say.
Yeah, that's a great fight, man. I'm really looking forward to that fight. Fantastic fight. I think that's a tough fight for Ray Ford. I think Ford's going to win it, but that's going to be tough. That's going to be a really tough fight for him. Kakachi's good, man. He ducked Nunes, but he's good. He's a good fighter, man. He's good. A couple of other bits of news. Luis Neri is going full heel in Japan. He's signed a 5-fight deal with Koki Kameda. So the two sort of, I guess, enemies of the Japanese boxing establishment are together. Neri's going to be in Japan, fighting a lot. It's good for boxing, man. He's a fun fighter. Yeah. I like watching him. Win or lose, he's always pretty fun. Apart from against Almeida. But yeah, he's a good fighter. And one other bit, Picasso is fighting the other Kameda, Kiyosuke or whatever it's called, the cousin on the Pacquiao Barrios on the card, and Picasso might be fighting Inoue in December. They might revisit that, so who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens, but we'll move on to the fights next week. Hitchens against Kambosos. We've done this fight before. We did it a couple of weeks ago. Hitchens is going to stand at range, jab 1-2 Kambosos, who's not going to be able to do anything. And it's going to be really, really boring. Hitchens is going to win either a wide decision or a late stoppage on cuts or eye damages or corner pull out or whatever. And we're all going to be asking, well, what was the point in that this time next week? Because it's not a good fight.
I won't be moved if he chins him early. I don't care. It's Kambosos in 2025.
Hitchin's going to stop him. He's going to stop him. He's going to batter him.
I hope he stops him. He should stop him.
I just don't care.
He better.
You better stop him. Jesus.
He genuinely better beat him up and stop him. I'm taking nothing less than that.
Well, you just jinxed it. He's gonna get stunned.
No, he's not going to get stunned.
Just because he's so tough.
He's going to batter him. George Kambosos is shit.
Well done to his managers. That's what you can say about George Kambosos. Well, there's a couple of things with Kambosos. One, he's got great managers, and two, he runs towards every opportunity.
Yeah,
they're two things you can say about him.
He never fights scary. Like you can tell he's trying to win. He just doesn't have the ability.
Yeah, and he always fights good guys, apart from the last one. But yeah,
terrible
this
fight.
on the card. Yeah, not a good fight, and they're only doing it to sell pay-per-views in Australia because this is pay-per-view in Australia. So yeah. Andy Cruz against Mashiro. IBF final eliminator. Cruz is going to batter him. Might stop him, might not. It's Cruz. You don't know, but yeah, Cruz will win this pretty comfortably, and then he'll go and beat Raymond Moratai if he still has the title. Yeah, he's a really good fighter. Like, there's not much else to say. Like, it's a mismatch, but yeah, like this is what he has to do. He has to fight these opponents because nobody's going to give him a voluntary shot, and Eduardo won't pay for a voluntary shot because it's Eduardo. So yeah, just get him to a mandatory shot and get him a world title, and that's the way they're doing it. So yeah, fair enough. Tito Mercado. Why are you fighting this level of opponent? Like, you've stopped some good guys. You're a really good fighter, but why this level of opponent? It's typical her matchmaking, doing it on the cheap, and it's just boring.
Yeah, that's why. We know why.
Yeah.
And he's gonna knock him out.
Oh yeah, he'll knock him out in like 2 rounds, but it's just disappointing. Yeah, Nishant Dev and Zachary Moses and a couple of other guys are on this undercard, but there's not much to shout about. Like, they're good prospects, but they won't be in good fights. Move on. The only other real fight of note this weekend, there's a couple actually. I saw today that Lucas Brown's back in the mix and he's fighting. So maybe he can fight Wardley. But
Notable and Lucas Brown in 2025.
Nonito Donaire is fighting Andres Campos for the interim WBA bantamweight title for some reason in Argentina at a WBA event. Like this type of fight, like Donaire should win, and it's a terrible opponent. But Donaire looked shot last time against Santiago, and that was 2 years ago. Like he should beat him, but he's so old and he's so inactive. I think Donaire wins, but man, like if we just say, oh yeah, he looks shot to pieces.
I don't know if he still got it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope he does.
Like he looks like he's aged about 10 years since he retired.
Yep. It's a shame. I don't want him to be back. Like he's made enough money. It's just disappointing. It's a WBA event, this thing, and on the Friday, Aristandi Alvarez is back, who's one of the best prospects in the sport. He's ranked in the top 15 already because the WBA do WBA things. But yeah, he's back. He's brilliant to watch. So try and watch him on the Friday. And the last fight that we'll get to, Juan Francisco Estrada is fighting Arce in Mexico. Like we said earlier, if he wins, he probably gets the tension fight for the bantamweight title, WBC. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he looks. We sort of covered that before, though. Yeah, it'd be interesting. He's coming off a KO loss, and he hasn't won a fight since 2022, which sounds weird to say. But yeah, let's see how he looks, and then make our decisions about tension. But yeah,
I hope he looks good. I
don't know. I hope he does, but it's against this level of opponent, so you never know, really.
Yeah, like he looked fine against Bam. He was just outmatched by someone crazy.
Yeah.
But that was so long ago.
Yep. I hope he looks okay, but who knows? And he's old, man, and he's up at bantamweight, and yeah, I don't know. I always get wary, even if guys did put on a good performance in the last fight, which he sort of did. He didn't put on a bad one, I'd say. Yeah, he got sort of dominated a little bit, but like it's Bam. Like he dropped him and he was competitive in rounds, but I don't know. I worry about these old fighters. Him and Donaire. Like if him and Donaire are coming back at bantamweight, why don't you just make that fight? Like honestly, just make that fight instead for a WBA regular title or something.
Well, I'm a lot more worried for Donaire because he's way more shot.
Oh yeah, he's way more old and he's way more shot. He's been
like
way more miles.
He hasn't looked good since Caballo. Like I mean, he didn't really do anything against Inoue, Gotchin, and he didn't look good against Santiago.
Yeah, it's worrying. I just hope like this doesn't end up with Donaire sort of, fighting somebody that can punch and is going to take his head off again.
Yeah,
like can you imagine
don't stick these guys with anyone too good. I like tension's fine because
he's
really
tension can't punch.
Yeah, he can't really punch.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Can you imagine like a 42-year-old Nonito Donaire fighting someone like Daigo Higa? Or Takai?
I would like to not imagine that.
Exactly, like just these young athletic punchers that are fast just teeing off on him, and Donaire's just slow and old, and it's just not good to watch. Yeah, like I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, man. But yeah, there's a little bit of a break in boxing this weekend. There's not a lot on after a mad weekend this week. But yeah, we'll be back next week, and thank you for listening.
See you in episode 63.